Yo, what's up, guys? So today's topic is about the dating pool in the Bay Area. The title of this post says, I'm a female and I'm thinking of leaving the Bay Area because of the dating pool here. So let's jump in. Female, late 20s. Been here in the Bay Area for a while now and went on many dates, but I'm tired of getting disappointed by guys who are smart and got a good job but need to improve their emotional side, along with having a more diverse set of interests. Thinking of moving to New York City. Totally aware that commitment is an issue there and I really enjoy the Bay Area, but I feel like if I don't make a move now, I will not have the opportunity again. And looks like she works at Microsoft. Okay, so you're in your late 20s and you're feeling that the dating pool is not what it should be or up to your expectations. My first question to you would be, what are your expectations? Where are you living? Are you living in the burbs like Danville or Dublin, and you're expecting, guys to be wherever you're going, left and right? Or are you living in the city? So I would start there. Are you positioned in the right place, and are you actually surrounded by potential candidates, or is your location part of the problem? I've been in here in the Bay Area for, wow, it's been over like 10, 15 years now. I've been mostly in the South Bay, like Milpitas, Sunnyvale, Cupertino, San Jose. But I've also visited friends in San Francisco, in downtown San Jose, in downtown Mountain View. And the vibe is very different wherever you go. If you're living in the suburbs and working from home, or let's say you're commuting to the office a couple times a week, you're probably not going to expose yourself to a lot of other people around your age range and your life stage to be able to find connection and find that kind of community where you can also interact with other people. Honestly, these days, I don't even know where like 20-year-olds hang out. Do they meet at bars? Do they meet at like clubs, lounges, or is it more like coffee shops? I remember when I was in my 20s, I think the best way that I was able to meet other people is through church, is through like mutual friends, like birthday parties and other types of events. The Bay Area obviously has a huge tech scene, so there's a lot of hackathons and networking events, and you can just go to Eventbrite and find free events or maybe even paid events that you can go to. And then of course, if you're living in the city, which they have events pretty much every single day, mostly on the weekends, you can find a lot of stuff to do. And there's a lot of young people who live in the Bay Area who decide to move here because they want to work for a big tech company and they want to work on their career and move up. So that's probably where I would start. Ask yourself, are you maximizing the opportunity that you have here? And are you exposing yourself and putting yourself in a position where you can get approached, where you can have these sort of serendipitous moments where you can meet someone at a coffee shop or at a grocery store, or let's say at a gym? There's a million places where you can meet people. And I would ask yourself, are you maximizing those opportunities, or are you just sitting at home and going home right after work and not really exposing yourself to those opportunities? So that's where I would start. Now, the point you made about New York City. I've been to New York City a couple times. I haven't lived here personally, but from what I can tell from people that have lived there, my personal friends and connections, they do say that New York is great for guys because there's a lot more females. Females typically like to live in New York because of the fashion industry, entertainment, and then of course there's, finance and things like that, but those industries are typically more dominated by guys. But for guys, it's a great place because there's a high number of women. And so what you might run into in a place like New York City, the ratio of guys to girls is probably going to be a lot more in favor of guys, where they have a lot more options. So the commitment issue is going to be magnified, I think, in New York City versus the Bay Area. So take that into consideration. Now, the question I have is, have you considered other places? New York City might be one, Los Angeles might be another, but if you're working in tech, and it says here you're working at Microsoft, then Seattle might be another option. Texas, Austin, maybe. But I would consider those other places, and maybe you could plan a trip there and check out the vibe and see if this is somewhere that you can see yourself, and just get a feel for the community and whether you think there's potential to meet people. Honestly, I think it's really up to you. I also thought that the Bay Area just didn't have a lot of good talent. And I remember going out on a lot of dates, but not really finding authentic connections or feeling attracted to a lot of the people that I would meet because, in the Bay Area, there's a lot of different terms that guys use to describe the Bay Area. They call, San Jose, Man Jose. They have other memes for the Bay Area. But I think if you really invest in yourself and you put yourself in situations where you can connect and meet other people, then I think it's just a matter of time before you do find people that you can connect with, that you can have a potential relationship with. The other thing you kind of mentioned here is that in the Bay Area, a lot of guys need to improve their emotional side, but they are smart and they do have good jobs. It's going to be hard, I think, especially in today's world, to find people that have everything, that check off literally every single box: the looks, the height, the body, the job, the career, the family, and everything else. So honestly, you have to ask yourself, hey, what are the deal breakers? What are the non-negotiables, the things that you absolutely cannot live without? and what are the things that can be negotiable. And if you find someone who checks off, 90%, 100% of the non-negotiables, and let's say 70, 80% of the nice to haves, I would say that's a great position to be in. Waiting forever to find that perfect person that checks off all the boxes. First of all, that person doesn't exist. And secondly, if that person does exist, you don't know when you might come across that person. And you don't want to wait forever to find someone when you're in your late 40s and 50s to make that happen, especially if your priority is to have a family and kids. Anyways, those are kind of my thoughts. Guys who are watching this video, drop some comments down below for this OP. Try to give her some advice and see if there's other things that you would suggest. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.